Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. I'm Rishabh Gulati. Let's begin with all earnestness and all seriousness. I've just come live into studio after having held a meeting with my entire editorial team, reporters, producers, and I have just given them a briefing. What we're about to discuss over the course of the next few hours, next few days, is going to be of a highly sensitive nature. We are putting in place immediately all important precautionary command and control measures regarding news reporting. Operational matters, if they come to our knowledge, the protocols regarding when they can be disseminated, when they can be aired, the lessons that we have learned from the live coverage that happened 26 years ago in a previous generation of journalists during 26/11, which was being utilized by terrorist handlers across the border to give real-time updates and guidance to the men who were perpetrating butchery in Mumbai. So instructions that any visuals that we get to be deferred by at least 60 minutes, no operational information that we happen to come across regarding any deployment taking place in this country, movement of troops, movement of Air Force squadrons, transfers, promotions, any information that comes our way will not be relayed in any of our portals except once it is vetted and approved by somebody like me. We're putting these operational controls in place because a moment of seriousness and a time of consequences is upon us. You have 3 public indicators, and I'm sticking to all public indicators. My conversations with you and with our guests and with our reporters over the next several hours, perhaps the next several days, will be restricted to what is publicly known, which means it's been announced by government, or it is in the realm of speculation. What could happen? I am ceasing and desisting personally from any communication with those people who would now be responsible for operational matters, whatever those operational matters will be in the next few days. There's a reason for this. Who knows, in the days of electronic warfare, who's monitoring what, which mobile phone, which email address. So I'm desisting from any communication. So whatever I discuss with you either will be coming through public sources or will be in the realm of speculation. We are giving zero chance across our network editorial teams of any operational consideration to leak out, because the consequences of something like this would be nationally unimaginable. I put that on public record in this live telecast, that we are now undertaking matters with the seriousness that they obviously deserve. In the next few days and weeks that are going to be serious weeks. So having told you that whatever I now say is from me, it is not an allusion to what will happen. It is merely an assessment of publicly available information on what could happen. So what is that publicly available information? Number 1, all Pakistani special visa holders to India have been asked to leave late last night within 48 hours. That deadline expires at 9 p.m. tomorrow, which means at 9 p.m. on the 25th of April, all Pakistani special visa holders have been asked to leave. in a different context, although this terminology and semantics has not been used by government, but I can use it. They're called enemy aliens. So enemy aliens are being asked to vacate the soil of India within 48 hours, 24 hours of which have elapsed. They've got till tomorrow to leave, after which, of course, they can face detention if they do not leave. That's the first publicly available information. The second publicly available information is that India's armed forces are on high alert. The third publicly available information is that members of the Pakistani High Commission, including all their armed force attaches, defense attaches, have been given 1 week to vacate New Delhi. That deadline began yesterday evening, which means they have till the evening of the 30th of this month, April 2025, to vacate India. And the fourth publicly available information now is from India's Prime Minister, who has just said this. Listen in.
ये हमला सिर्फ निहत्थे पर्यटकों पर नहीं हुआ है, देश के दुश्मनों ने भारत की आत्मा पर हमला करने का दुस्साहस किया है। मैं बहुत स्पष्ट शब्दों में कहना चाहता हूं, जिन्होंने ये हमला किया है, उन आतंकियों को और इस हमले की साजिश रचने वालों को उनकी कल्पना से भी बड़ी From the soil of Bihar, I say to the whole world, India will identify, track and punish every terrorist and their backers. We will pursue them to the ends of the earth. India's spirit will never be broken by terrorism. Terrorism will not go unpunished. Every effort will be made to ensure that justice is done. The entire nation is firm in this resolve. Everyone who believes in humanity is with us. I thank the people of various countries and their leaders who have stood with us in these times.
Okay, so let's put the pieces together. All enemy aliens, in this case Pakistani special visa holders, have been asked to vacate the country by Friday evening 9 o'clock, after which, of course, in violation of their terms, they can be detained. Beyond that, number two, all Pakistani defense attaches serving in the Pakistani High Commission in Delhi have been asked to vacate by the 30th of April evening. Number three, India's armed forces are on high alert. Number four, India's Prime Minister has just said this in English, which is not his usual style of speaking when he's out on a public event in Bihar. But he said this in English, which clearly means he intends it to be heard everywhere across the globe. And I quote, "Today from the soil of Bihar, I say to the whole world, India will identify, track and punish every terrorist and their backers. We will pursue them to the ends of the earth." Unquote. He's further said in Hindi, and let me paraphrase, the people who did this will see a consequence that they cannot even imagine. Now it's up to you, whoever and wherever you're watching this telecast, to assess, do you take Prime Minister Narendra Modi at his word and his seriousness? After observing the government for the past 12 years, the individual for longer, I would take him seriously. So when he says, we will pursue them to the ends of the earth and they will face consequences unimaginable, is he talking vacuously? Is it empty rhetoric? Is it a bluff? Or should it be taken seriously? Now, ladies and gentlemen, putting those publicly available bits of information together, what is unimaginable and what are the ends of the earth remain the questions, and they are open questions. Since I've already put the caveat out there, we are neither privy, or if we were to incidentally become privy, perchance would be discussing any matter of any operational consequence on public television. It's not going to happen, and we put in places internal mechanism to ensure that it does not even inadvertently happen. So what we discuss now is assessment on the basis of what is going on and our best guess of what is likely to happen. Let's take a few perspectives in place. Let's put our colleagues on our screens. I have Brian, my colleague, who's been holding the fort in Srinagar in very difficult circumstances. Devika, my senior news editor, is with me in our studios, and we'll be opening this up to further information that comes our way. Brian, first to you. Now, you've been in Srinagar for the past now north of 48 hours. What is the situation on the ground? Is there tension? Are people now absorbing that something is about to happen? What is their perception on the ground? What's going on?
Rishabh, just a while back we were at Kulbam also, where yesterday itself there was a gunfight that happened between the security forces and terror groups. NewsX has also filed an exclusive ground report also showing the cordon and search operations that was going on. There were around 8 to 10 convoys at that place. That was Adamgarh also, which is high up the hill. There were police barricading, GNK police, security personnel, army personnel, CRPF Jawans. They were all vigil on that area. They were wearing their bulletproof vests to go uphill and even coordinate the search operations. And that attack that happened yesterday, the gunfight, it was just hours after when Indian Army also thwarted the
Okay, so where are you right now, Brian? I'm assuming you are in, what is it? Is it a compound? Is it a guest house compound? Where are you standing right now?
Well, Rishabh, I am here. I was here to interview a guest itself, which is in Srinagar itself. He's the co-chair of the PhD CCI. I had a word with him as well on how he condemns this very incident. But if we talk about Srinagar itself, the situation here has been intense in the terms of the security engagements that have been happening. The securities have been beefed up at this place, also at Srinagar. This area where we are, that is just opposite the very GNK police headquarters also.
Okay, yes, all right. Just now slow down so we can take it step by step, okay, and try to follow the train of thought of my questions so that we can take it step by step, okay, before we get into so many things that we can possibly discuss. So yes, it's quiet and calm in Srinagar, but obviously it's a bit nervy. Have the tourists started leaving? Brian?
Yes, Rishabh.
Have the tourists started leaving? Is there a lot of people exiting Srinagar as we speak?
Well, Rishabh, talking about tourists, yes, there were few people who were you were planning to go back to the trips. But if we talk about in general itself, there are still some tourists who are here who are still who have still come. The day when we entered Delhi, when we entered from Delhi to Srinagar, there were few tourists who were still coming. Yes, there are few of the tourists who have decided to cut short their trip and leave back to their respective homes. But even the footfall has still drastically reduced. But yes,
Okay, so
it's
okay,
30%.
so not in completion. All right, a few are leaving for sure that we know. What are the people that you've been speaking to who run guest houses, who run tourist establishments? What are they telling you? Are they seeing cancellations? Are they seeing people exit?
Well, see, when we were speaking to the locals here, small restaurant owners, small hotel owners, they said yes, it is definitely affected. When we saw yesterday, when the entire Kashmir came on a halt, things were closed. Many shops, all the shops rather, were closed, and they were also celebrating the day as a black day. So yes, they were also saying the Shikhara also, which is a very at Dal Lake, which is a very popular tourist destination. It saw a very difficult times also in terms of tourism. There were not
Okay,
much
obviously